the Salesforce development lesson 5. Today we're going to be creating the plane custom object for our airline reservation application that we're creating. As you can see from the development step, we're still on the first step of creating our custom objects and fields. And just kind of a review of where we are. We're going to be creating actually both the plane and the plane seats custom object because they're two separate custom objects, but they have related records. One is the plane, and then one is going to be the seat, each seat that's on that plane. And so we're going to be following that template. The other thing we will be doing is going over to our object manager. So if you remember, go to object manager to create our custom objects. We already created the airport object last time. So let's go ahead and start with by creating our plane object. So the plane object, we're going to give it a label of plane. The plural is going to be planes. And we'll give it a short description. The plane, it's going to start with the plane used in our reservation system. We'll leave it at that. So the record type name is going to be plane name. Now, one of the things we want to do with these record types is we want to start auto numbering these record types. So we're going to create what's called an auto number. And then usually what we want to do is give it like a code and then a number. So we'll say 000, and then so what'll happen, and the starting number is 1. So what's going to happen here is that when a new record's created in the name field, it's going to auto number the name field. So each plane will have its own number that's going to generate. All right, some of the other things we want to do is we want to definitely allow reporting on this. All this is fine. All defaults are fine. You can even add this to the search so that if you search it by plane name, the search will work. So that's good. And I think that's good. Yeah, another option we have is we can also have it launch the new custom tab wizard after saving, so we don't have to do a separate step of creating the tab. But I'm not going to do that now. I'm going to do that manually later. So let's go ahead and save. All right, so now we have to go and start adding our fields. So I'm going to move this off screen so that I can one by one create our fields. So let's get started. The first field is the make, because we already have kind of our plane name, which is that number that we created. So the next field is the make model. So these are all text fields. So we'll go ahead and create these. It'll be make 255. The make of the plane. And again, this is kind of the same. We'll leave that there. Is it required? I'm going to say no for now on these. So again, I'm just going to hit next and go through all the defaults. And save and new because we have another. Okay, again, we want text. We want model now, the model of the plane. 100, the model of the plane. And again, we'll paste that. we'll make that required for now. Okay, and then last thing we want to do is we want to do the year. The year, we're going to make this a number field. Oh. Well, there's some downsides about making this the year the number field. If it's a number, it'll put, especially like the year 2025, it's going to put a comma. So if I want to avoid having a numeric year, I'm going to make this a text field. Now the length, I'm going to make 4 because it's going to be a 4-digit year. And we're going to say year, year, and we're going to say the year of the plane. Okay, and then I think that's good for now. So we'll go ahead and go through and do next. Next. And we'll save because that's the last field. Alright, so now that we created our plane, we want to go and click back on this Object Manager tab because that's where the Create Custom Object is. And then we want to go ahead and now create our plane seats, which is going to be the next. Oh, gee, you know what? It should just be just plain seats, singular, and then have plain seats for the plural. The seats on the plane, right? Plain seats name, that's fine. We want to auto number here. You want to abbreviate plain seat, plain ST, something like that. And then again, 000. And we start at 1. Again, we also want to allow this in reporting. Make it searchable. And then click and save. Alright, so now that this is saved, we're going to go ahead and start adding our fields. Going to have different kinds of fields here. The first field I'm going to do is I have to relate the plane seat to the plane. So for this, we're going to have to, there's 2 types of relationship fields that you can create. You can create a lookup relationship or a master detail relationship. Now, this object more falls in the master detail relationship. So we want to make sure we choose that and click next. And then we're going to say, hey, this is related to the plane object. So we're going to go over here, find plane, which is over here, then click next. And now you have the plane field. It's going to be plane. And this is the plane the seat belongs to. Copy, paste. Let's see. Yeah, this is good. No filtering that we need to do here, so we're good here. So let's go ahead next. This is good. Next. And plane seat layout. Just do all the defaults for now. Yeah, the related list labels plane seats. That's fine. And we're going to do save and new because we want to start adding other fields to the plane seat. Alright, so the next field we want to add is well, we had the seat number already. Oh no, we need like a seat number. And this is going to be a separate number. Oh no, well I guess the seat number is fine because I think the next one is going to be when we have a seat in a plane, we have what row? The letter of the seat and the type. So if you're in 1A, you'll be like in the Windows seat in row 1, that sort of thing. So let's go ahead and create this. So we'll start with row, And this is going to be text. Next. And then it's going to be a row. The length, maybe it's going to be really small, so I'm just going to say 10. The row, oh, wait a minute. This was not text. Row would be a number, so I need to go back here. I need to make this a number, not text, because the row is going to be what row number it's in, right? So it'll be a row. It's going to be a number. The row of the seat. And I'm going to make this one required because it should have a row number. Every seat should have a row number. None of these other things apply. So we're going to keep clicking next, next, save and new. Okay, next is the letter. This is text. So we're going to do letter. The length of the letter, say 10. The letter of the seat in the row. All right, so we'll do that. Again, this is required. And we're just going to go through a next, next, save new. So we did row, letter, and then finally type. Type is going to be a pick list. So we're going to go ahead and make this a type. And this is going to be the seat type. For this one, this could be, you can make it either global if it's going to be used in multiple places. We're not going to reuse this in multiple places, so we're just going to go ahead and put all the different values. So for seat type, it's either going to be first class, business class, or economy. Those are the seat types we're going to have. And then this is the type of seat on the plane. This is going to be required. Yeah, there's no default value, so you want to make them pick what seat they're dealing with here. Okay, so that's a seat type. The last one is also going to be a pick list field, and this is going to be a seat position. All right, so now we're going to go and look, enter values, and then we're going to say it's going to be either window, middle, or aisle. That's good. The position of the seat in the row. All right, so we do that. We paste it. The position is required. We'll hit next, next. Yep, and then we'll do save and new. Then the last thing we're going to do is the price of the seat, how much the seat costs. And that's going to vary. So we're going to use currency for that because it's going to be storing a currency. So this is going to be seat price. Now this should be 16 and then 2 decimal places. Price of the seat. So we do that. We'll paste it. I don't know, this may not be required, so I'm not going to make this one required. And we're going to hit next, next, and save. All right, so now we should have both the plane and the plane seat all created. The other tool that might be beneficial is the schema builder, because here you can see the relationships of all your objects that you're creating. So, and it gives you a nice visual. So usually what you do is you go to home and then type in schema builder, And what you could do is I want to clear all. I want to just show the airport. The airport, not sure where this is. Oh, there you go. There's the airport. And then the other thing I want to show is the plane. So let's see if we can find our plane and our plane seat. There we go. If I look over here, this is the relationship we have so far. And as you can see, there's a one-to-many relationship because every plane can have many seats, but one seat can only be related to one plane. And then the airport, right now we don't have any relationships, but when we start putting the reservations together, that's when we're going to see these relationships, the airport related to something later. Okay, so that's all we have for today. Again, if you like this video, please like and subscribe to the channel so that others will know about it. Until next time, we will see you later.